Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Red, and today I'm going to be reading some r/entitled people. I love these stories, so let's get into it. Passenger wants compensation because someone died during a flight. I work for one of the largest airlines in the world. I'm a reservations agent. My department handles reservations for our frequent flyer members who have status. This event occurred about 5 years ago. One evening, I received a call from a passenger demanding compensation because their flight arrived later than scheduled. The cause of a delay like this is what determines if compensation is offered, what form of compensation will be issued, and how much. While searching through the reservation to determine the answers of these questions, I discovered that the reason the flight was delayed is because the captain pilot of the flight, a male in his early 40s, had a heart attack mid-flight and died. The pilot had a wife and I believe 3 children waiting for him at home. So it was heartbreaking that he died so young. Even more so because he had kids that he would never get to see grow up. Because of the tragedy, the flight was diverted to another city to allow officials to remove his body from the plane. So this passenger called demanding compensation for the inconvenience of his flight finally making it to his destination late. He kept yelling that he'd been late or completely missed his business meeting. Even after I explained the reason for the delay, he still felt he should get some kind of refund or voucher solely because of the inconvenience. He was saying that we could have just continued to his destination and then taken the pilot's body off the plane. He continued to say a lot of ignorant and cold-hearted things, always insisting that we inconvenienced him and he is entitled to compensation. I eventually lost my patience with this jackass and told him, "Sir, I'm sorry that you were inconvenienced, but this man was barely 40 years old with a wife and children. They feel having to unexpectedly plan and pay for his memorial service to be quite inconvenient as well, but they understand that this was something completely outside of our control. There was nothing we could have done to prevent this." He continued to argue and wanted to speak to corporate. They were going to give him a refund or a voucher. He also threatened that he would post on social media about the horrible customer service and the flight delay. I basically told him good luck with that and ended the call. Someone dies and you're inconvenienced? Get your head out of your butt! That's absolutely awful. How can he keep demanding that after he finds out the cause? Some people are so self-centered and entitled. Come on, man! Someone died! Okay, here's the next story.
How dare you drink that near me?
From 2011 to 2014, I worked as an onboard host on London-bound trains in the UK. An onboard host is the person who serves drinks and food on trains. I did this from a trolley that I wheeled back and forth down the train. It's like working a retail job, only you're dragging your shop along behind you and there's no manager or security guard. Just you, the conductor who has nothing to do with you, the driver, and possibly 900 passengers. As you can imagine, in the years I worked there, I saw some weird and wonderful things. I saw a lot of Karens from all walks of life. Here's one that really sticks out though. It's midsummer and hot as hell. Everything has gone wrong today. It's a Sunday and due to the heat, several trains have broken down, so for the last few hours, every train has been packed with people. For the most part, everyone has been in a decent enough mood. Except entitled Karen. It's my last train of the day and every seat is full, even first class. I've made my target for the day and I'm looking forward to going home. I pass through the first 3 carriages and as I'm about to enter the 4th, I hear someone near enough shouting in there. It's the quiet carriage, so yeah, not supposed to be loud enough. I can hear them through 2 doors. I get in there and there's an older woman yelling at someone across the aisle in there. It's not my responsibility to deal with this stuff, but I have to walk through whether I like it or not. So off I go. "Good afternoon, would anyone like a drink or snack?"
I demand you throw him off the train this instant.
Points to the man, who seems to be doing his best to ignore her. "May I ask what's wrong?"
He's drinking a beer. That's illegal.
In a way, she's right. At the time, the train bylaw stated that you couldn't drink alcohol you hadn't purchased from the train. Kind of like not being able to bring your own beer into a bar. However, it wasn't something that anyone really cared about. As long as you're not drunk and bothering other people, then enjoy your drink. I'm afraid that's not true, ma'am.
It It's illegal to drink on trains.
I pointed the 14 plus beers and little bottles of spirits I have for sale. I'm afraid that's not true. Alcohol is allowed as long as you're responsible about it.
But...
Are you alright, sir? I just opened my beer and she got angry. I worked all day and just wanted a drink. Poor man looks like he's had a rough day.
I can smell it and it's offensive. I demand that you remove that horrid stuff immediately.
Ma'am, I can't take his drink. That would be stealing.
Then kick him off. Alcoholics are disgusting.
Wags finger at me.
You shouldn't be selling that stuff. You're no better than a drug dealer.
The only thing I can do is suggest you change carriages.
This was the only seat left. Get me your manager.
Of course. My manager is in London. I can give you a customer service number if you want, but either way, this man is well within his rights to drink his beer.
How dare you! Give me your name. I'm going to make sure you get the sack.
Conductor.
What's going on here?
I jump a little as I didn't hear the conductor come in behind me, but I'm so happy to see him. I work for a contractor, not the train company, so he's not my boss or even a co-worker really. Entitled Karen, however, seems to think differently and a wicked smile appears on her face.
This man is assaulting me and she's helping!
The passengers around her, who have been desperately trying to look like they can't hear, start shuffling and grumbling. I have no idea how she was going to prove assault with 70 plus witnesses and CCTV.
Sir?
I was just sat here and this lunatic starts yelling at me over nothing. That's true.
They're lying!
Can I see your tickets, please? The patient man hands over his ticket. All good. Entitled Karen gives hers after a big performance of getting it out of her bag. The conductor's face lights up.
OP, you should get on. I'll handle it from here.
Sure. I trundle off with my trolley and made sure I'm out of the way for the next stop. As the doors open, I can hear a familiar voice yelling and cursing. I peek out to see Entitled Karen being hustled off the train. She's on the wrong train and going in entirely the wrong direction. She's yelling how it's our fault and we should make the train turn around and take her where she wants to go. Every threat in Entitled Karen's arsenal is coming out of her mouth at top volume, but the conductor just blows his whistle and shuts the doors in her face. I never saw her again, but I like to think she's still there, screaming at the sky that the train should do what she wants because she said so. That's the worst part is I've seen entitled people like this on trains before, and I completely can visualize this. I'm always so surprised with how entitled some people are. But I guess that's what's great about r/entitled people, especially when it's read by me, Red. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe as well and click the bell notification. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good rest of your day.